Hello, fellow translators. So this is the third video, I guess, for sales emails, and I wanted to cover something which may or may not be, well, actually, I've seen quite a few people kind of make this mistake, so I thought it's something that should definitely be covered. And this is unfortunately, a lot of people, when they're sending sales emails out, say you want to specialize in either legal or finance translations, and you're not really sure which one to go about yet. It could be either one, and so you're trying different types of things. So you're sending emails out to legal clients, you're sending emails out to financial clients, potential clients, people who need finance translations, whatever it might be, agencies and clients, whatever it might be. Other ones are legal. And maybe after a month or so, the financial ones are working, but the legal ones aren't working so well. You're not getting as much response for the legal ones. A lot of people then will want to take a look at their legal ones and try to see what's not working and try to tweak those so they can work a bit better and try to make them work as well as the financial ones. And this whole video is to tell you shouldn't do that. That's not what you should be doing at all. You should be letting those go. This and many times this is a kind of a different concept because this is not like school. In school, if you're studying in school and you're good at math but you're not good at French, then you should be dedicating more time to French to make it better, and that way you can get a decent grade in French as well because you're already getting a good grade in math, and that makes sense in school. But in the workplace, that's not the case. In the workplace, if you're good at math and you're bad at French, get rid of French. Only concentrate on math because that's how you earn a living. And likewise here, if you're sending emails out to financial companies and to legal companies, if the financial ones are working better and the legal ones are not working too well, don't try to make the legal ones work better. Get rid of the legal ones. Concentrate on financials. And that's what you should do. And in fact, I believe you shouldn't even ask too many whys or questions or anything like that, but concentrate on what's working. You'll get to the whys and hows over time, but if something's working, you should be going all in with what's working because that's how you earn a living. And so if legal translation emails are working well and financial translation emails are not, get rid of the financial translation emails, concentrate on the legal ones, and do all your other testing, your tweaking and your A/B testing, everything on those. Look, if in the long term you'd like to get back into financial translations, that's fine, but wait a bit because over time you'll sort of get a feel as to the legal translations, is what's working, what isn't, and why it works and how. So maybe if you give it some time, like a year or so, you go back and revisit those old financial emails you were sending, it might suddenly be obvious. You'll be like, oh yeah, that's why it wasn't working. Why don't we try this? And at that point, with fresh eyes, you try it again. It might even work, and it might work well. But for the moment, whatever works, that's what you stick with. Get rid of everything else and focus on what works, and then keep building off of that. And that's, when you say it like this, it might seem obvious, but very often when people are trying stuff like this, trying anything new really in business and something isn't working well, they tend to put a lot of effort in that to make it work well and make it work better. And if you have something else that is working, just do that, and whatever works, drop everything else and concentrate on what works because that's what you need to do in order to get some growth, get some momentum, and get things going. You can always revisit things later on, but you need to concentrate on what works in order to build your clientele up and start actually earning a living from this. And and that's it. This is just something to keep in mind when you're sending these emails out or working on any aspect of your business, that as soon as something works, as soon as you see traction, as soon as you see momentum, then that should be a sign, okay, this is what I need to be focusing on. Don't worry about what's not working. It's not something you need to worry about now. You're not going to be graded on that. But you only are going to be graded on what actually does work. And so make sure that you do that exceptionally well. And that's pretty much it. And hopefully you found all these little points useful in terms of sales emails. They're all little points, but I thought they each deserve their own video because they're different concepts, and piling them all together just seemed a bit too confusing. But hopefully you can find these useful and you can use them. Please let me know if you do use them. Please let me know what other tactics you might have for sales emails, especially for cold emails. I feel like these days this is becoming more and more important, especially with this social isolation we're having. We can't do face-to-face meetings. Phone calls, let's face it, they're not that big anymore. And so, it's the cold emails that are doing a lot more. And so please let me know what your thoughts are and what you think works, what doesn't work, what has worked for you, what hasn't worked for you, because I'd love to hear about it and, maybe expand on it a bit more for future videos as well. And that's pretty much it. I will talk to you next time. Thanks. Bye. Savedum.